Welcome to the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Discover less and enjoy our holistic resources. Join us weekly on Wednesdays for our live talk show discussing the topics central to maintaining the holistic lifestyle you want. Each week we bring on leaders, product providers, and educators to enlighten and empower your natural journey in wellness. Let us begin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is now 2022. Do I feel older? Yes, I do. Why? Because the world is pressuring me to think so. So that's when I have to go into my Zen, relax, and get into my own thoughts.
Hello.
Welcome to Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show 2022. Dr. Rabb, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not complaining because it doesn't help anyway.
That's right, sir. That is absolutely right. That is absolutely correct. And this gives other people the power to really mess with you.
Yeah, it's good to hear your voice. Good to hear your laughing voice. Yeah, it's been a while. You know, we missed you.
Yes, sir. It is. Thank you.
How's everybody?
Oh, man.
How's everybody?
Well, Dr. Brookh is a little under the weather, but she's going to Mexico, so she'll be joining us in February, Doc.
Okay.
I am doing awesome, and it's so great to connect with you guys.
Dr. Franc is always alive and kicking.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Remind me of that song, Alive and Kicking. Spreading through your love.
Kicking high, too.
Is there any other way?
You know, I wanted to do our first show of the year just to talk in general, you know, to talk about some of the things that are happening in life itself and some of the things that we'd like to cover for the year. And today I wanted just to talk a little bit about, you know, people have a real complex about being overweight, you know, and being fat. And you have so much information out there about gut this and probiotic this and so forth, docs. I just thought we could talk about that a little bit today and then talk about your guys' practices, what you're doing, what people are coming in for, you know, what are they not understanding, you know, and, you know, what seems to be a trend happening out there right now. Now they've got this new term called fluvid. You know, or something. It's the flu and COVID mixed together they're using. I thought, wow, what are they going to come up with next? And it's the young people they're talking about. So I wanted to get into that a little bit, you know, today. Dr. Rabb, what are you seeing in your practice right now? What are most people coming in for? Let's start with you, Dr. Rabb, because we just had all the rain that came in. I mean, they rained us out really good, you know, and I really enjoyed it. You've got snow all over the mountains. I mean, it's really nice.
Most of the people who are showing up today, they're either coming in or calling, doing detoxes. And there's some that looking for miracles. They don't know what they want. They just have issues. And in fact, I had a lady this morning that has something that's happened to her body. She's got a couple different things, rashes, pain in one area.
Okay,
there's a lot of different stuff.
Hold on 1 second. When you say rashes, Doc, talk to me about that. Rashes on the body. Talk to me about that.
Yes, skin rashes. See, rashes, either you come into contact with something, say like sometimes people come into contact with poison ivy, poison oak, or something like that. Mm-hmm. But this is not her case. She has things that's coming out of the skin, that's coming out of the body. And as I had explained to her this morning, your body needs detox. You need cleansing, because she's saying, well, what can I use on this? And it's not about what you lather onto the outside of your body. It's you got to do something to clean up the inside so the body can move it out. And so that's what a lot of times we have to spend to this. And then a lot of the people, they want you to say that silver is going to cure their scandemics or whatever. And I said, no, we don't talk about cures. I said, but the silver, I've been, marketing it for 20 years. And people have been using it, and they get they get better with whatever they're doing. But I'm not going to tell anybody that all this, the silver is going to cure your, whatever that COVID junk, whatever it is. I don't even talk about it. But that's one thing is, letting people, getting them to understand the words they should use, really, because a lot of times they don't know what they want. They just, like somebody the other day had a rashes on the back of their hands. Mm-hmm. And they were asking for all kinds of things. And I just said, what's your diet? I mean, what do you eat? And then they start naming off the things they eat. Well, that's where it all is coming from. It's that the body is stuff is coming out because it's overcrowded inside.
Now, as a rule of thumb, Doc, I've always heard and believe that when you have a rash or a breakout, it's usually liver related. But I'm also reading now it seems to be maybe kidney related as well.
Yeah, it can be both.
Okay.
It can
I
be
did
both.
have some Sonic Silver when I had a problem with my skin, and I sprayed it on my body, and it really did help heal what was coming out of my skin or what was on it. And it did a very good job. I did get that silver and did use it, because if you go to the pharmacy, they give you this this cream, and I think it's a what do they call that? Why am I drawing a blank? It's a some type of chemical. I forget what they're calling it, Doc. Help me out here, Dr. Frank.
What, a cortisone cream or?
Yeah, tetracycline or something. What they call
an antibiotic, yeah.
Yeah, it's
or nystatin.
Chemical they put on it. So, you don't want to put that on your body too much. But people are getting the rashes on there. But that's normally been kind of like the rule of thumb that I've always believed. Would you doctors concur with that?
I agree with Dr. Rabb that this is coming from the inside. And,
right.
You can put all the stuff on the outside that you want. And sometimes that can be really helpful for getting rid of symptoms.
It's like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, but there's a reason why it's happening. And let's take that deeper look to find out why things are happening for your body and how we make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And a lot of when you go through a detox, a lot of times stuff will come out, and that's what a lot of people. I don't want my skin to breaking out, but the body is trying to get rid of it. The skin has holes, it has little pores. It can allow stuff to come out. Sure, we don't want to have ugly skin or whatever, but it's a lot better if it comes out that way than to stay inside. Because that's where a lot of the different organs and things are. So the lady this morning, she just kept asking. She didn't know what she wanted, and finally I said, "Well, ma'am," I said, "What is your real problem here?" "Well, I got this, and I got that, and I got this." I said, "You really need a cleansing. Your body needs to be detoxed." "Well, okay, but what about my hands?" She was going from one part of the body to the other.
She was afraid. She was scared.
I said, all this has to do with your body being overloaded with toxins. Now you got to start getting some of this stuff out. And I'm not going to tell you to try to do it all at once, because that would be crazy. But we got to start and then work through. And so normally we start at the liver and the kidney. We start there with the bowel. We want to get those things moving out. Then later we get to the bloodstream and to the lymphatic system. It's step by step. You move it out.
All right, you brought up some good things here. All right, so let's talk about, and I got lots of questions here, so we're going to get into this.
We have lots of answers, so this is great.
Okay, so the one thing, Doc, that I really, really like about when you speak of the 3 body cycles, but beyond that is there's a certain way that you cleanse, so you don't cleanse one thing, back up another. So can you talk about how the cleansing flow should go, so you don't cleanse one thing, back up something else, and jack it all up? And then how long should the person cleanse?
Well, cleansing is the way we do it, the way I've done it for many, many years, and the way I learned how to do it, was it starts with the liver and the colon area. That area is first. So we usually start with the liver,
colon, okay,
and getting that moving. Mm-hmm. And the cycles of the body, that's, you have 3 cycles. One from 4 a.m. till noon is one cycle. and then there's noon to 8 p.m., and then there's 8 p.m. to 4 o'clock again. All those are different cycles of the body. And that first one, we don't want people eating solid stuff because
elimination.
Yeah, it's interfering with the body getting the waste out. That first from 4 a.m. till noon, that's the time for stuff to be leaving. But if you start off with bacon and eggs and toast and yada yada yada, I mean, that's blocking what's trying to get out, and then it's got to go into the stomach and it's got to be digested. So I just tell them, if you're doing something, if you have to do something in the morning, first you get up, you drink some water. After that, if you want to do something, make you a smoothie, get some berries, things like some leafy, put it in a blender, liquefy it. So now you just swish, 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 swallow, swish, 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 swallow.
But you're not mixing the berries and the greens together though, right?
No, you can. You could. Okay. Yes, you can. Yes, you could, because you liquefying them, so it's not going to be the way you're sitting there chewing up this and chewing up that. All you're going to be doing is swishing it, and letting it move through the system. Because this way, you're still getting the energy. The energy is in the plants and in berries and wherever. So that is not being harmed. But when you throw that big plate of food on there first thing in the morning, you just like slam the door on the poop trying to get out. It's just got to wait around till somewhere later on in the day maybe. And that's not the way we want it.
All right. So if I hear you correctly, between 4 to 12, you want to do the light juicing and light eating, nothing heavy, because if you do eat something heavy, then your body has a transition and start focusing on digesting that heavy set of food.
Right.
So now you've obstructed that particular cycle. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's important that people understand that. So when they think about going to IHOP, or you might want to go to Juice It Up, you can make a correct decision. Okay. Next question would be, I believe that you recommend no less than a 30-day cleanse.
Yeah. In fact, one of them we call it a general cleanse, and that one is actually encompasses a month and a half, because it's a staggered. Yeah, it's a staggered start. You can't do it all at one time.
That's a long time, Doug.
So but if a person has a health issue and they want to get their health back, they shouldn't mind doing that, because this is what this is doing. It's cleaning them up and getting their body back into proper perspective and proper health. We have a lot of people that do it, but then we have some that, you don't see them but once and you don't hear them again. Yeah. That happens too.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right, I'm gonna stop us here. Listen, if you're just tuning in, this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. If you have any questions, give us a call at 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. If you've ever listened to our show and wanted to ask questions, today's the day, because we're going to get in and cover some stuff today I think to be very beneficial for your health, because what comes into your mouth can be all the difference of how long you breathe, how long you live on this earth, your mood, your sex life, everything. We'll be right back.
Meet me in the marvelous St. Martin for an evolution into self-love and soulful living. Hi, I'm Bernadette Davies, founder of Agape Holistic Retreat in St. Martin and around the globe. We're an all-inclusive retreat in St. Martin and private retreats and around the globe. It's magical. www.agapeholisticretreatsxm.com. Attunement, enhancement, alignment. www.agapeholisticretreatsxm.com. Meet you in St. Martin.
My name is Michelle. I am the beauty boss of A More Beautiful You with Jafra Cosmetics. What is so wonderful about Jafra is that it is an essential business and fits into everyday needs for everyone in your family. Jafra offers over 500 products within 4 departments, and they are, department number 1 is our skincare department with our 5 exclusive Royal Jelly skincare lines powered by our Royal Jelly RJX technology. Number 2 is our on-trend gorgeous color and makeup line, a must-see. Number 3 is our fragrance from the world's top perfumers. And department number 4 is our body care for the entire family. Just added is our daily advanced hand sanitizers in 2 sizes. I invite you to visit my website to see more of A More Beautiful You with Jafra. My website is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. That is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. Thank you, and stay safe and well.
Welcome to the hemp industry, including new product CBD-based discoveries is here. It is a smart, organic personal care option today. Industrial hemp is one of the fastest growing segments of the wellness industry and is quickly emerging as a lucrative business opportunity for many. This emerging industry strives to create products that are designed to revolutionize the way people care for themselves. These products are well formulated to produce the finest quality of dietary supplements on the market, derived from industrial hemp containing proprietary CBD compounds that help support the body's endocannabinoid system. For more information regarding hemp, nano water soluble CBD, CBD pet care, CBD choices for your complete body, and receive your home delivery, visit the Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, the Lifestyle Store. It's at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Health is the new wealth. All right, we are back. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show, and we are talking about detoxing at the moment. Top of the year, subject of 2022. Your health is everything. Health is the new wealth. Dr. Frank, in your practice, in your office, in Canada, what is detoxing like there?
Well, Canada and the U.S. are kind of the same that way. There's a lot of really similar principles. So, generally this time of the year, much like, Dr. Rabb, everybody comes in after the holiday celebrations. They've done the retox and now it's time to detox. So I always tell my patients right before the holidays, you're going to be exposed to some different foods and that you don't normally eat, and go ahead and celebrate with your family. And it's that whole concept of detox, retox, detox again. So much like Dr. Rabb, with most of my patients, when they come in to see me for the first time, yes, we do a good detox. And then we start working together to reestablish good health, good maintenance, and health practices. And then, yes, it's time to retox and then detox again. So where I start depends on, the patient. But I like to do some really good cleanses. And so again, starting with the liver, it's usually what gets impacted. Some people have a little bit more coffee, a little bit more alcohol during the season. And sometimes we want to go into even doing a little bit of intermittent fasting, or using periods of bone broth and greens juices to do a little bit of a detox, a little bit of a fast to rest the digestive system as well.
Okay, now I got to slow you down. Okay, slow you down quickly because you covered a lot there. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The show is going to be shorter than you think.
Yeah. Okay, so you got to tell us what fasting is like, and you got to tell us what bone broth is like. Are you making it yourself? If not, where you're buying it, how long you're taking it. But let's start with the fasting first, because fasting is different things to different people. Some people think it's just water alone. Some people think it's water and juice. And then let's transition over to the bone broth, because that was really big for a minute. I'm sure it's going to come back. It's almost like kombucha. I heard that for a quick minute. Now they're on to the next thing.
Well, fasting means different things. There are different ways of doing fasting. So there's no one right way for everybody. So yes, you could do a water fast. I generally don't recommend it for my patients. They generally don't have lifestyles that work very well with that. If you have to go to work, if you have children, if you have other responsibilities, if you can't sit at home and be medically supervised for, depending on how long you want to do the water fast for, it's not something that for most people is realistic. It can be hard on the system.
Gotcha.
So you can do a fast, just clean eating, what people call eat clean, get rid of the sugar. Get rid of the alcohol, get rid of the coffee, get rid of any type of chemicals, get rid of dyes, get rid of food additives, preservatives, packaged foods, processed foods, eat organic, eat real food, get rid of dairy, get rid of gluten, get rid of all those foods that we're very likely to be sensitive to. Excuse me. Got something stuck in my throat. I apologize. So just doing that on its own. Oh, I apologize. One moment.
No worries.
Sorry about that. Got some of my cleansing juice stuck in my throat. There we go.
Probably a piece of pulp.
That's right. That's right. So all of those can be different ways of cleansing. So you can clean out your body just by eating clean, healthy foods. Then you can do things like adding lemon in water. You can do things like adding some greens juices or bone broths. Or you can actually do a juice fast or a bone broth fast, or a little bit of both, where you combine the two, where you just do liquids of juices, greens juices and bone broth for a day or two.
Okay,
and that
so
can be a way of hitting.
I see some people on the videos and help places where they're making it themselves. Then I think I've even seen it maybe in a powder version. Talk to us about that, the bone broth.
Yeah, it really is about, starting where you're at. For me, I love making my own. And for me, it's a big process. I make my bone broth over a full 2 days, and I celebrate it and take pictures, and it makes me happy. I love doing it. But not everybody has the time to do that. So I know that there are companies that make bone broth. And here in the Toronto area, there's a company called Eat Savage, and I love their bone broth. And so it is really fantastic. It's in the liquid form. It's in a nice little glass jar, and it tastes fantastic. You can get chicken or you can get beef, depending on, what you want to do for your body. And it's really healthy for resting your digestive system, repairing the gut microbiome, and helping in terms of, as well, giving you that collagen that's helpful for your skin, helpful for your bones, your joints. So it's really lovely. It can be anti-aging, and it can rest your digestive system if you do nothing but liquids for a few days. So that's part of a gut healing protocol. Now, there are people who do the powder form, and that's fine too. I don't like it as much as I like the actual liquid form, the real broth. I think fresh is always best. But if that's all you can do for your lifestyle, it's a great place to start.
Exactly. And then how long are you recommending someone to go and cleanse the body?
Well, it really depends on where they are. So when I first start working with my patients as well, I'm very similar to Dr. Rabb. Let's do a full, clean out, and, let's look at, 3 weeks to a month of just good cleansing and getting your system healed. If someone has been, a patient for a while, I recommend that they do a cleanse that's just, good, clean, healthy eating, and maybe supporting with some liver herbs if that's required, or maybe doing a colon cleanse or a lymphatic cleanse, every once in a while. But I recommend that people do that for at least for about a week, maybe a little bit more, every change of season. So every time that you would take, basically about every 3 months, when you take your car in for a lube, oil, and filter, take your body in for a lube, oil, and filter. Same thing, right? Clean out your whole body and just hit the reset button. For something like a juice fast, where you would do maybe 2 days of bone broth and greens juices, there's a couple of different ways that you can use that. And for some of my patients, I recommend that just for a couple of days. To hit the reset button for their body, or after they've had a lot of celebrations. But there are some people who do a good, basically 60-hour or a little bit over 2 day reset, and they'll do that for once every month, and that's a way of intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is really popular right now. Everybody's hearing how it's so good for helping to extend life expectancy. It helps in terms of decreasing your risk of cancer, decreasing your risk of cardiovascular disease, helping in terms of you living a longer, healthy life and reversing the aging process. Well, not everybody is able to do intermittent fasting in the way that's really popular now. The way that's popular now is called 18-6, where basically you fast for 18 hours and you eat for 6 hours. So you might start eating at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and eat until 8, and then you don't eat anything. And that works really well for some people and for their lifestyle. Works much better for men than women. Women, I think, my experience is that it throws off their hormone balance. But if you have a very busy, active lifestyle, if you're working out, at 6 o'clock in the morning and then going to your job, that is not going to work for you. You need to fuel your body. So,
by the way, 18-6 is 18 hours, 6, 24-hour day. Just want to clarify. Right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so, that doesn't always work for people in their lifestyle. So another way to mimic that intermittent fasting and get those results is to do just 2 days, once every month, of bone broth and some greens juices. And it just helps to just hit the reset button. It rests your digestive system mainly. That's what the point of doing a clear broth and greens juice fast would be. And if you limit the fast, any type of juice fast, to 2 days, it will support liver detoxification. If you go beyond 2 days, it's not supporting liver detoxification.
Okay, now I'm going to throw you a curveball.
All right.
Okay. You're very savvy in this whole internet and product world, of ordering online. I already know this about you. That's why I didn't throw you this one, Dr. Rabb, because I know you make your own stuff. You know what I mean? You don't do that much purchasing online. You know what I mean? Not a lot. But I know, Dr. Franc doesn't. And how do you go about qualifying a company's product? What would make you feel comfortable in purchasing a product online that you needed for your health? What do you look for?
Well, first of all, I look for third-party testing. So third-party testing means that someone from outside of the company who has no type of financial interest in that company has come and audited the company and said, what they say in this company is in this company. Mm-hmm. I look as much as possible for ingredients that are pure, mm-hmm. ingredients that are organic, ingredients that are locally sourced, ingredients very much like you would look for that would have high purity. I look at how they're extracted. Is it a hot water extraction? Is it a cold water extraction? Is it an oil extraction? How are they preserving their different supplements? And I look for the non-medical ingredients as well. So I look for the amount. Yeah, the non-medical ingredients are really interesting. So if you start looking at those, there are, for example, chewable vitamin C is notorious for this. So you look at a lot of the chewable vitamin C's out there, and a lot of them have sugar or artificial sweetener. Now, if you're a diabetic and you're using some vitamin C because you want to protect your red blood cells from damage that can be done when the sugar levels are higher, you've just put more sugar in your system. You're driving the blood sugar levels up. And when I take a look at a lot of children's supplements as well, a lot of their gummies and their chewies, they all have sugar in them. So here you are buying a lozenge, let's say a zinc and vitamin C lozenge, or an elderberry syrup to help get rid of that cough or that flu or that cold. And it's got sugar in it, which suppresses the immune system. Makes no sense, right? Mm-hmm. What are you doing to your system if you have that garbage in your products? So I look for binders, I look for fillers, I look for quality, I look to see, is this something that is vegan? Is it plant-based? Is it organic? All of those different things. So it can become pretty complicated. So quite often, that's why I recommend, having someone who is a trained professional in this area actually help to guide you And they can say, hey, these are the companies that are well known for having really good quality and really good solid research behind them. Because just because you're paying a lot for it doesn't mean it's the greatest quality. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's great quality either.
Yeah, no doubt.
You really have to look at everything and say, okay, what's in here? Does it have alcohol in it? Does it have glycerin in it? What are the binders and fillers?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's very important. I mean, that's probably one of the most important things we talk about today is how to choose what to purchase. All right, Dr. Rabb, I would like to transition back to you. So we talked about starting the process, the liver. We talked about the colon. So after that, that will probably take, 2 weeks of the cleanse? And then what's after that? Lymphatic? What happens after that? The next order of operations.
Well, the first thing we do, is deal with the liver, liver and the bowel area, because the liver is probably the busiest thing in your body, and when we do that, we make sure that we work on that for the first 2 weeks, and that then at the beginning of the third week, we bring the other portion of the product of the kit to the party. Mm-hmm. And with that, we have teas that we use. We have various other herbals that work along with that. Now it's going into cleaning up the lymphatic system, the bloodstream, and everything is moving along together, only we don't do them at the same instance. Like what we started first for that first 2 weeks is still going on because it hasn't finished. But when we bring the new part in, we separate them by at least an hour or two, because we don't want to just throw them all together. Mm-hmm. And then we work that part for a while. And the main thing is getting people to eat things that don't create a lot of digestion. I mean, they can have some leafy greens and things in the afternoon, and that pass once we get away from the cycle of where you have to put all the liquid things in. And then we start with that, and we also have certain cleanses people have to use. Because if they have the kidney, a lot of people have kidney stones, and some have liver stones, and they want to go get them. Two of my sisters years ago, and I was not new in the craft then, but I was trying to help them to do a kidney, to clean up their liver. Mm-hmm. When they heard that there was some olive oil involved and something else, but he ain't doing that. And they went on the buddy system. My youngest sister, and then I had 4 sisters. So the youngest one and the second sister, they both went on the buddy system to a doctor and let them remove their kidneys. I mean, their gallbladders. And that is something you should never do. Mm-hmm. And right now, they're much older now, but both of them are overweight and have been ever since that happened.
I heard a doc that's filling in for Wendy Williams, and she had a problem with her appendix. And, she had a problem. She was supposed to do the show that day, and she went into the hospital, and then they had to remove it. She didn't want to. She said, hey, can you delay this? They said, no, if it erupts, you're going to have a real problem. Yeah. Right? And then she got on the show. I don't know if it's the next day or 2 days later, whatever, but she was on the show, and I'm watching this. She said, I feel so much better and lighter without this appendix. I don't even know why God created it. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness.
When I get up there, I'm going to ask it. I said, oh, my God. You know what I mean? I said, it's in here. It's there for a reason. And I thought, wow, what a terrible message she was sending. This particular host. I'm not going to say her name. I thought, that was very interesting, because if it's in your body, it's there for a reason. Just like people get their teeth removed, and each one of your teeth has a purpose. You know what I mean?
There was about 2 months ago, a young lady called my office, and she lives here in the area, and her aunt is in somewhere on the East Coast. And our aunt has already had some cancer surgeries, stuff like that, and she was setting up for it again. So the lady came in, and she bought we have a program called the Barlow Protocol. It was Dr. Max Barlow's family. They run it now. He's passed on. But they have some really, good things. And this particular one is all liquids. And we've had good success with it because I've been using that from them for about 3 years now. Because if it wasn't working properly, then I would, not even be dealing with it. So anyway, when the lady called and ordered it, we shipped it, to the East Coast to her aunt. And I don't know, it was less than 2 weeks. She called back and she said, my aunt says she's not going to touch that program, and she's going back and get some more chemo. And I said, my God, more chemo? She hadn't learned a lesson on the first one. And so, she said, you mind if I send this back? She said, I'll keep, I won't have to have you pay. I said, no, you send it to me and I will refund your money other than the shipping, because the shipping went to Pitney Bowes. I said, so I can't do, I said, but as far as my part of it, the product, you bring it back and give me my money, I said, and I won't, I want to ask you to do nothing extra. So she brought it back and returned my money. And I had actually given her the change back, and I gave her too much. And she was very honest. She said, you gave me $40 too much. And so that was, that was really a nice thing. I said, now she could have kept that because I had made a mistake in giving her too much. She could have made a mistake and just kept it. But the thing is, I took the $400 and something, which was for the package. I got my package back unopened, so I didn't need to stiff her with it. So, well, no, you got to keep it. I bring it back. But the fact that this program has been helping people that follow it to get the cancer under control or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the lady, she just said she didn't want to do it. She was going back and get some more surgery. So, you can't help everybody. You can't.
It might have been easier for her. Okay, listen, if you're just tuning in, this is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We're talking about your body. Very important stuff we're covering here today. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Detox Jenny here. Is your digestion poor, painful, or just plain stuck? If so, please consider doing a short 3 to 10 day juice cleanse with my company, Earthly Juices. You can visit us at bringmejuice.com. You will be surprised what a difference a short cleanse can make within your body and your overall well-being. Our organic farm-to-table juice cleanses are handcrafted to exclude your allergies and geared towards solving your health issues. Call 310-404-6804 and mention this show and receive a free quart of juice with your first order. You can also find us at www.bringmejuice.com, or you could write us your detox questions at earthlyjuices@gmail.com. We can't wait to bring that juice to your doorstep.
I tell myself again and again, I'm happy about my favorite juice from Jen. I tell myself again and again, well, Earthly Juices, they make the best juice cleanse.
Hi, this is Dr. Nathan Rabb Jr., host of The Natural Way, which you can hear live on InnerLightRadio.com every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On The Natural Way, you will learn about alternative strategies to common medical practices to overcome some of the most common physical and mental maladies in the world today. The program is a live call-in show, so you can engage me by calling 310-928-7733 with your health-related questions. For private consultations, please call my office. That's at 310-419-4372. You can also reach me on the web at Dr. Dr. Nathan, Nathan, Rabb, Rabb.com. Be sure to tune in to The Natural Way every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, live on InnerlightRadio.com. The Healing Frequency. I'm Dr. Nathan Rabb. We see you on the air. Peace.
Historically, our ancestors lived 100% organic and natural, simply grazing off the green earth with fresh fruits and vegetables and blue oceans filled with seafood. Allowing your mind, body, and soul to be naturally healthy is how we were meant to live during this journey of our lives. We invite you to visit The Lifestyle Store. Once again, The Lifestyle Store, for all of your family's health and wellness needs. Simply click on The Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Keep this in mind. Health is the new wealth. That's right. You heard it right here. Health is the new wealth. All right, Dr. Frank, I got a question for you here. Let me swing it over to you now. Batter up. Hey, all right. So listen, is it a little bit of difference for the body, if would you have something a little different for a female that's detoxing versus a male that's detoxing?
I try to individualize the detox to each patient who comes in, but you're correct to say there are differences in terms of male and female physiology, and so there are different ways of detoxing based on male versus female. And I think part of that has to do with where women are in terms of their hormones. Sometimes there are commonalities that we can use, but some type of detoxes can, if it's too severe, it can throw off hormone balance. And I think that's what a lot of women forget. Our hormones are really, really powerful, and not in a negative way, in a very positive way. But I think a lot of times as women, we like to kind of think, well, we're just going about our day and we can do everything that everybody else does, which we can, but we forget how powerful those hormones can be and how they can really affect our moods, our memory, our focus, and our concentration if we're not working to keep them in balance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dr. Rabb, for what's happening with the growing of the food and everything, and our liver keeps getting bombarded, what do you recommend to keep that hard-working organ healthy?
We have
milk thistle.
Yeah, we have numerous things that go into the process of the liver. We have a product that's it's liver. I forget the name of it right now. Trust me, my cognitive thing lose me on time. But we have things that we can use to either just deal with that particular organ, but most of the time it's not just dealing with one organ. It's dealing with the body and things that we have different ingredients in them that could apply to any particular area. In fact, when someone has, say for instance, they have gallstones, then we have a program for helping to remove the gallstones without anybody having any surgery. If there's kidney stones, same difference. I have paperwork that I drew up years ago, when I was going through studies with one of the doctors, either Dr. Christopher or somebody, because I studied with a lot of different people. But those, I still have those flyers. So when we have someone that has a particular problem, a kidney problem, liver problem, colon, wherever, we have programs that are designed to not overwhelm anything, but it will, help the body to rebalance itself over a period of time. That's why most of my programs like that are a month and a half. And, you know, some people want to do it right away, and then have it explained to them, you know, this didn't happen overnight. So don't try to fix it overnight. You know, give the body a chance to heal itself. And you don't throw the whole thing together at one time. You start with a portion of it, and when that one gets going good, then you bring in another portion. You do them at separate times, and it works a lot better. We've had lots of good success with the various cleanses that we do. You know, some of them have up to 7 or 8 products in it, and others have a little bit less. But it's been a labor of love, and I've helped a lot of people, and I'm not bragging, but I have. It's over those years, and traveled a lot. I've been all over this country, out of the country, doing seminars, and people are still calling me that I haven't seen in 10, 15 years. They still call in, remember me? I was here, I was there. You did this for me, and that you did that. So, you know, it makes you feel good to know that somebody appreciates what you're doing, because it's very easy. It's very easy for them to come back at you and say, "Well, I had that stuff. It tastes so bad, I couldn't take it." I said, "Well, you know, we're not doing things here to make it for where you can eat it like candy. We're doing things here to help you get your health back." And some people understand that, and others don't.
All right, Dr. Franc, you'd like to share some things that would be beneficial for the kidney?
Well, there are so many things that are beneficial for the kidney. Kidney benefit number 1, quit eating red meat every single day.
Amen.
Why am I wanting beef ribs today? Why?
Leave them animals alone.
So, you know, the kidneys are, there's so many different herbs out there, like juniper, that can be so helpful for the kidney. I think juniper is one of the ones that most people know about. But there are some lovely little herbs. But I always like to start off with food. And I think, you know, Dr. Rabb and I really share really loving the basics. And it comes back down to, you know, really just eat a healthy lifestyle, and live a healthy lifestyle. Make sure you're drinking enough pure water throughout your day. Not too much, not too little. Make sure you're not having too much salt. And if you're eating salt, like, get rid of table salt and use a natural salt. Make sure as well that you're not overloading your kidneys with protein. The kidneys have to process a lot of proteins. And as we look at the different types of proteins, the red meats are the hardest ones on the kidney because they have the highest amount of nitrogen in them. And so red meats are something that if you're concerned about your kidney, take them out. And then also, if we take a look at poultry, well, poultry still has quite a bit of nitrogen in it, but it's better. So chicken, turkey, eggs, they're better than red meat, but they can still put a stress on the kidneys. Fish are going to be the next one on that line, the next lower one. So they're not as bad. So maybe going to pescatarian, or maybe try going plant-based for a little while to see if that rests your kidneys. Those are all good things to do. Parsley is great for your kidneys.
Yeah.
Right. Dr. Rabb, take this moment here and please give out your contact information for everyone. Please repeat everything twice and the location of where you are, please.
Yeah, Dr. Nathan Rabb is that's the title. It's Dr. Rabb's Holistic Health Service. We've been in this spot for 22 years and was in in Los Angeles for the other, a total of 43 years for me. And right now we're doing a lot of things with detoxing, and some of the people just come because of the silver. They and we don't tell people, oh, silver is going to cure this and cure that, but for 20 years, I've been marketing it, and people buy it because they get results. And so these are the basic things. We have detox programs. We have single things. So some people just want one bottle of pills, and they don't want to do a program. They just want something that, as one lady said, I just want to go to the bathroom. So whatever. So we have things like that, but I always encourage them to, when did you do a cleanse last? And if they haven't, some people never do them, and you can't force them. And, I don't browbeat them. I just try to help them. Those who ask for help, we provide help, and the ones who come and go because they, don't want to change, that's up to them.
Okay. Do you give out your website and everything?
Oh, yeah, Dr. Nathan. Yeah, it's website is drnathanrabb.com.
All right, so it's drnathanrabb.com. Okay, Dr. Franc, same question.
So my contact information, I'm located in Toronto. My practice is called Dr. Val, so you can reach me at my website, www.drvalfranc.com. That's drvalfranc.com. And I'm located in Toronto, 2275 Lakeshore Boulevard West, Suite 510 in Etobicoke, technically, but it's part of Toronto. And the phone number there is 416-901-3881. That's 416-901-3881. And that's, of course, under the area code, you dial a 1 if you're calling from the United States. So drvalfranc.com and 416-901-3881.
All right. And this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle show. Our website is createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are here each and every Wednesday broadcasting live on Interlight Radio, known as the Healing Frequency, every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Once again, every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. We are here to help you. We are here to share information. Our call-in number each week, we do our post. We usually try to get it Monday or Tuesday. Today I put it up a little bit late. It's the first of the year. So obviously I'm not keeping some of my goals already, but I'm busting myself. I'm busting myself, okay? That call-in number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733 is the call-in number for the show. And I would encourage people to call in. You have questions, don't sit and guess. And if you want to know something, pick up the phone and go in and talk to the naturopaths. A lot of you have never gone in to see them. Ask them how they work, how long you should be working with them. Ask them what their protocol is, and try to get information that could be helpful to you. Just don't take one person's word for anything when it comes to your health. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying. I'm a business person. I make products. I like to try to find out as much information that I can before I make a solid decision about my body, because I'm older now. And believe me, it's talking to me. I will tell you that, because I can't do half the things I used to.
Well, listen, getting older is inevitable, but aging isn't. So you should feel as good in your 50s, 60s, and 70s as you do in your 20s and 30s. So you've got two naturopathic doctors here that I think you should be talking to about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just giving people the real. I'm trying to give them, hey, look, you guys are the docs. I'm here, but hey, look, I go through things and I have no problem sharing it, I've got challenges. Yes, sir.
Do you know my age?
78?
No, 79. I'll be 80 in July next year.
Yeah, you sounding good, man. Looking good, too, because every time I do a show with you, I got to turn into a bodyguard. All those ladies. I'm telling you, doing a show with Dr. Rabb, I'm telling you, Don't bring your own products. They'll be all over him. You'll be saying, hey, what about, I'm over here, guys, over here, you know. Yeah, this guy gets more attention than Dick Gregory. I remember we were doing something with KJLH. I said, my goodness, Dr. Rabb is more popular than Dick Gregory. Oh, those were some good days, weren't they, Doc?
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to bring the show to a close. We're going to cover some great topics this month. We'll have a couple of guests. We're going to line this year up really nicely. If there's something you guys want to know, you can go to the Facebook page or you can contact Interlight Radio. Let us know. We'll be there for you. But that being said, I want you to have a great week out there. This is 2022. Make a difference. Share some information with a friend and try to do something for yourself that you always wanted to do, that you didn't do last year, that you need to do this year. I want to wish you a very, very blessed year. Have a wonderful week. Take care. See you next week.
Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love.
Take care, Dr. Rabb. Take care, Dr. Frank. God bless you both.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you for joining us on the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are a globally hosted show dedicated to sharing holistic lifestyle events, practitioners, products and services, and useful information. Visit our website, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Of course, our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We will see you next week.
Namaste.